हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका टफ स्टोरी पॉडकास्ट में। एक ऐसा शो जहां हम मिलते हैं उन लोगों से जिन्होंने अपने विजन और हार्डवर्क से नए आइडियाज़ को रियलिटी में बदला है और इंस्पायरिंग जर्नीज के जरिए हमें भी मोटिवेट करते रहते हैं। आज के एपिसोड के गेस्ट है मिस्टर आदित्य गुप्ता। एक डिजिटल एजेंसी रन कर चुके हैं जो डिजिटल मार्केटिंग और ब्रांडिंग सर्विसेज को प्रोवाइड करता था। और आदित्य जी का जो एक्सपीरियंस है और एक्सपर्टाइज है वो हमें इनसाइट्स भी देंगे कि कैसे डिजिटल स्पेस में इंपैक्टफुल बिजनेस बिल्ड किए जाते हैं। और मेरे साथ है वेनु अन्नमराजू जो अपने इंसाइटफुल सवाल और एंगेजिंग स्टाइल के साथ डिस्कशंस को और भी इंटरेस्टिंग बना देते हैं।
What was your learning about products versus, say, services?
If I think about it today, yeah, working with Indian customers is painful. Whatever side, I mean, because we are value conscious, right?
In services.
In services, yeah. भाई अगर ऐसे लोग कंपनी चला सकते हैं तो हम भी चला ही सकते हैं।
फैक्ट मतलब ऐसे लुखे लोग हैं जो पैसे देते भी नहीं है। अगर वो कर सकते तो हम क्यों नहीं
कर सकते, right? After we started, like 6-8 महीने के बाद we saved up and then we got the first computer for the first developer engineer we hired because we couldn't afford to do both at the same time कि किसी को hire भी कर लो plus computer भी maybe invest कर लो. So we also did like we constantly experimented with our products. We did salon services in Hyderabad at home. It was called Couch Salon. It was not ready. The unique economics didn't make sense. We did a student tutor app in 2013 again. It was called Tuk Tuk. Again, we realized nobody's paying. Like no student wants to pay. Is a bucket which I learned a little late in life, right? That is, do you want to build a business or do you want to make money? That is also a very different skill.
ये एपिसोड काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है, तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का टफ स्टोरी। सो वेलकम टू द पॉडकास्ट आदित्य।
Thanks, Aman.
हाउ आर यू डूइंग?
All good. How are you doing today?
वी आर डूइंग गुड। लेट्स स्टार्ट ऑफ विद योर जर्नी। कहाँ से आपने पढ़ाई की? आर यू फ्रॉम हैदराबाद?
Yeah, so born, brought up, not born here, but pretty much lived in Hyderabad through and through. Studied here, did my schooling, college here, did my engineering यहाँ पे in Hyderabad. Was supposed to go to the US like everybody else.
For dowry?
Who has done engine.
For dowry or education? Nowadays I have this specific question.
Dowry का actually I got to know in college the first time कि ऐसा concept भी होता है.
So by default are you a Telugu guy or?
No. I am a Hindi speaking guy. I am a Marwadi in that sense. Yeah.
Because Gupta हो आप तो.
But have lived here forever, so more of a South Indian than, you know.
Something like me. I'm a Gujarati Hyderabadi.
Yeah, so I'm a proper Marwadi.
You are Marwadi, but you are Hyderabadi now.
Yeah, more Hyderabadi than anything else.
So where did you do your schoolings?
So I studied in DAV school.
Okay.
That part of the city.
Safilgoda.
Yeah, so I was there. Did all my schooling there actually. And उसके बाद I did my 11th and 12th in LFJC, Little Flower Junior College.
Which year?
This was in 2002.
2002. LFJC.
In a few weeks, we'll have a group wherein I can connect all the LFJC guys. Every week I'm meeting 2 people from Little.
Yeah, because I think back then, like there were, first of all, very few options. Second, even from an optionality perspective, या तो नारायणा श्री चैतन्य वगैरह हुआ करता था,
बहुत पढ़ाई कर लेते,
जिसमें कॉलेज तो था ही नहीं बट रूम्स थे जो अभी भी हैं. And
9 to 6 कॉलेज था वो.
Correct. Or maybe I think there were like 3-4 other colleges, right? So तभी LFJC हुआ. Was contemplating between commerce and science. Ended up taking science because I was told कि आप science के बाद फिर commerce shift भी हो सकते हो, but commerce के बाद science.
Every Hyderabadi can relate to that. Most of the Hyderabadis from that time.
Correct. So then,
regardless of all that, दोनों business पे shift हुए.
Yeah, वो भी सही बात है.
डेस्टिनी मतलब आपको अगर खाली पेट रहना है या फिर कुछ काम करना है तो बिजनेस वाला वो सोचता है कि फिर पैसा पहले कमा लूँ, दूसरा सब बाद में आता है.
True.
But yeah, continue. आप LFJC से फिर?
So LFJC के बाद I again explored commerce. So I wrote
Madruka, Aurora.
नहीं, so I wrote all the exams for Pune, Bangalore, your Christ, Mahavir Jain, Symbiosis, ये सब कुछ.
BBA or?
Yeah, BBA, BBM sort of a course. But at that point, I think again it became like, you know, ऑप्शनैलिटी हो गया कि अगर आप इंजीनियरिंग कर लोगे तो आप फिर भी MBA कर सकते हो, बट आप कॉमर्स करोगे तो
कौन है वो जो आपके दिमाग में ये सब घुसा रहे हैं?
So I did my mechanical engineering again, which was I thought कि it's going to be very different, turned out to be very different. from Malla Reddy Engineering College in Medchal.
I know that.
So I actually first was trying admissions in a couple of the top colleges in Hyderabad, but again I was told कि आप कहीं से भी कर लो, आपको डिग्री तो वही मिलने वाली है, and I was very clear कि मुझे Infosys टाइप जॉब नहीं करना उसके बाद. So the goal was कि आप इंजीनियरिंग करो, maybe you do your masters after that. So college kind of became irrelevant because you have to focus anyways on your exams and things like that. So I was there for 4 years, I think, which was where there was a lot of learning in general about life and how to deal with people and all of that stuff, right? Like the Dory example you gave.
So less education, more street smart.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think also like coming from, like for example, DAV is a very, conservative or very strict school in that sense, right? So the exposure to people and exposure to life in general is very different than being, on the road. So I think engineering was more about...
Engineering was on the road?
Engineering was always on the road, right? So I think usme there was quite a bit of...
You learn more in engineering when you bunk the college.
I don't think you had that option in LFJC. Father Celestian, right?
Back then, for me, it was Brother James.
Okay.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, but engineering was like a completely different ball game, right? उसमें तो आपको minimum attendance देनी है and everything else is on you. आप क्या करते हो, पढ़ते हो, नहीं पढ़ते हो, कितना पढ़ते हो, and all of that stuff, right? Unless of course you are from like a IIT or one of those top institutes where there's a huge difference otherwise. So I think engineering was a lot of in general, like it was a good exposure, learned a lot about other parts apart from education. So yeah, I was there for 4 years. Uske baad again, like everybody else, I think in our group, again we assumed or we thought that all of us are going to go out. I was one of the guys again who was, writing my exams to leave.
GRE, TOEFL.
TOEFL, वगैरह. But I think I applied to colleges in the US.
Which ones were they?
So I applied to Syracuse, George Washington, Duke, and maybe one more. Right, and I was applying again for an engineering management course. I was not applying for a master's in science course.
And from mechanical, it's a good evolution into engineering management.
Yeah, I think back then it was fairly newish in the US, but it kind of made more sense because it's not very technical. It's also management. And during my engineering, I also realized that I cannot do technical. So
Did you flunk any subjects in engineering?
Yeah, I did. I in second year first semester I got a 0 and I got a
0.
4. Yeah, so that's where I said I learned a lot in engineering. So I went in for reevaluation and then I was told कि ये सब करके मतलब नहीं है.
बॉर्डरलाइन होता तो फिर भी मतलब था.
हाँ, मतलब ये देखो like ये होता है like.
But how could it be 0? मतलब बिल्कुल पढ़ाई नहीं
So
की
I
या फिर
think,
लिखाई
नहीं.
कुछ नहीं था.
So पूरी क्लास में से I think about 30-40% of the people got single digit marks.
Which subject?
I
इतना
can't
पढ़ा
remember.
हुआ मेरी तरह.
ये सब तो they get etched in your mind.
I can't remember now, but I think it was more of not a tough paper. I think the way the
Questions are asked.
No, I think no, nothing to do with the questions. I think it was more about the process in which they rate you or mark you, and it's not uncommon. So I was in mechanical. A very close friend of mine who was in electronics, उनकी क्लास में एक सब्जेक्ट में almost 80% of them got single digits. So it's more of, I guess, the systems and processes that we have in place or we don't have in place, which...
What does that do to your thinking or fear of failure? पूरा हट जाता है क्या? हाँ, fail हुआ subject.
Yeah, so कभी life में उसके पहले तक never experienced it, honestly. I was always in the good side of books. But जब ये हुआ first time, reality hit की अच्छा, okay, like shit, अभी क्या, like घर पे क्या बोलना है, आगे क्या, because first year में तो वैसे भी कुछ करा नहीं ज़्यादा, and still managed to score 70+%, I think. So when 2-1 happened, the first semester, उसमें थोड़ा सा अजीब लगा that shit, like ये क्या है. But also at that time realized that ठीक है इंजीनियरिंग में तो बहुत कॉमन है. Like,
Wait, some wise man would have again spoken to you. ये सब चलता है.
चलता रहता है and that's when
Seniors और सब ऐसे ही घूमते रहते हैं 4-4 साल से लोग बैठे रहते हैं.
तो जब भी पता चला that कि ये रिवैल्यूएशन वगैरह अप्लाई करके मतलब नहीं है because nothing is going to change. Like they're not really going to go back and fix it for you. But yeah, that was the first time that happened and the only time that happened in 4 years. But the good part is that when I wrote the exam again, like, I of course scored like 90% on both of them. It was just like a thing ki, okay, now you are like, backlog kitne hai? Yeah.
You have a scar.
Yeah, like all clear bolte the jab bhi, right? Like all clear hua ya backlog hai. I think something like that.
So, when you're saying आप मारवाड़ी family से हो, तो what did your dad do, or is it like a joint business family?
Yeah, so I think in my pretty much most of my family, if I can remember or think correctly, everybody's into business. Everybody has either done commerce or whatever, and they have just gotten into business during college or just after college and so on and so forth. But I think thankfully or fortunately, unfortunately, however we look at it, I was always kept away from it. And I had no interest in it back then either कि ठीक है देखना है क्या हो रहा है.
What was your family business?
So, yeah, everybody pretty much is in the computer hardware distribution, computer peripherals distribution. So,
Chennai Trade Center?
Somewhere there, yeah, close to that. So, bachpan mein, I remember like we used to get like the latest CPU or keyboard or, like वो CFI के internet packs. Office जाओ internet pack लो वापस आओ.
Use करो.
So that's the ecosystem. So, but yeah, everybody's been into business. But yeah, I was kind of, I don't know, maybe I never got that interest ki kya karna hai. So I would hardly.
But
go
then you were
to
not interested in Infosys. You're not interested in business. Then what? Why post engineering?
No, so I think business in the sense I was not interested in that
family business.
Yeah. So I was very clear that.
लेकिन computers में interest नहीं था because your family is in the computers business.
So उसका hardware के बदले software interest हो गया, right? That's where I ended up getting into later, which again was not planned, but got into started building a tech startup. Maybe because of the exposure I had slightly earlier in the journey. But yeah, like घर पे there was no major. I don't think there was any pressure on any aspect. It was more like you figure out what works for you. आपको क्या करना है, पढ़ना है ठीक है पढ़ लो, आपको ये try करना है कर लो. When I got out of college, they would always say कि it's you can take risks now. अगर आपको कुछ करना है तो it's the best time and you just try. अगर fail हुआ तो ठीक है, वैसे भी मास्टर्स करना है, एग्जाम्स तो लिखे हुए हैं, एडमिशन तो आया हुआ है, चलना है तो चले जाना, ट्राई कर लो, चला तो चला, नहीं चला तो चले जाना.
एक सीरियस क्वेश्चन, जब तुम स्टार्टअप बनाए थे एंड देन यू आर प्रोक्यूरिंग कंप्यूटर्स, डिड यू गेट इट फ्रॉम योर फैमिली वेर यू नहीं तो मारेंगे?
नहीं मारेंगे नहीं, मतलब वहाँ पे पैसे बाद में दे सकते थे. पैसे भी तो देना पड़ता है, पैसे थे नहीं जब, राइट? सो दैट इज ऑल्सो एक्चुअली वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. I remember when we started off, the first computer we got, the CPU monitor setup was, I think after we started, like 6-8 महीने के बाद we saved up and then we got the first computer for the first developer engineer we hired. Because we couldn't afford to do both at the same time, कि किसी को hire भी कर लो, plus computer भी maybe invest कर लो, plus हमारे तो computers हैं ही वगैरह वगैरह, right? So I think all of that again was like a slow process, yeah.
So that was your first startup, and what was it called?
Yeah, so it was called iGenero. So me and 2 of my friends, we got together after college. Actually, after college, I worked in a tech startup for 3-4 months.
Okay.
I deferred my admissions from fall to spring. This was in 2008. The reason were 2. One, I was not sure if I want to spend so much money at that point in time. 2, I started hearing from my college seniors कि recession आ गया 2008 में. So जब भी तो समझ में नहीं आता था recession क्या है. हम ठीक है पता नहीं लोग को जॉब नहीं मिल रहे हैं. So they are telling maybe wait and then come.
हम क्यों दिमाग खराब कर रहे हैं जब दूसरे को मिल ही नहीं रहा है, निकाल रहे हैं उनको
निकाल
पहले.
रहे हैं.
जब मैं गया था 3 महीने के बाद 9/11 हुआ and the whole thing changed. The whole landscape changed.
came back from US before the recession?
नहीं रिसेशन था, चल रहा था. So
No, you came back in 2003.
4 हाँ.
Oh, recession तो उसके 5 साल के बाद हुआ है. Like 2009 वाला जो मेगा.
वो ठीक है. इसके पहले 2000 में भी after 9/11 I think a lot of things happened there.
Yeah, things changed, but like the financial situation which happened in 2009 with the Lehman
रिसेशन चल रहा था. So we were told like हाँ अगर डो जोन्स इतना परसेंटेज इंक्रीज होगा तब जॉब्स आएंगे. We were like okay. We had no clue about that at that time. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, it was actually quite different at that time, right? Like एक तो था कि पहले आप एग्जाम्स लिख लो, आप ट्राई करो क्या होता है देखते हैं. In one of the colleges I ended up getting like a very small scholarship, so that was encouraging कि ठीक है चलो थोड़ा तो पैसा कम लगेगा.
कौन सा कॉलेज था?
And this was George Washington University.
Okay.
I worked in a tech startup. I remember I finished my last exam on May 20th or 21st. May 22nd was my interview, and May 23rd, I think I started work. It was called Azri. It was in Film Nagar, a small tech startup. I think that's where my exposure to internet or internet tech actually first came in professionally. So I worked there for about 4 or 5 months. And so my other two co-founders, we were 3 people who started iGenero. One was my classmate in LFJC. We were in the same class, but we never spoke to each other. We were in different groups completely, but we knew of each other.
But what was the skill set you developed that got you hired in the startup? Did you know programming or did
No. I was not a coder. It was I was more. I mean, the role was of a business analyst. Of course,
Okay.
you're out of college, so it's just an analyst basic role. But I don't think I had any skill set. I think it was more about
attitude and
just being smart enough to probably get it at that time, and understanding what they were looking for. Probably.
कुछ तो करें कॉलेज के बाद.
हाँ.
business analyst? You may have had some business acumen through genes. Through
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know about Aditya, but I'm just saying like generally होता क्या है ना उस एज में ना जो काम मिला है पहले वो करना है. जो फैमिली बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड से जो आते हैं तब उनको तो ये लगता है कि मुझे वो नहीं करना तो कुछ भी मिल जाए मैं कर लूंगा. बट देन व्हाट वाज द रीजन आफ्टर 5 months यू लेफ्ट द जॉब एंड सेड कि चलो कुछ करते हैं.
हाँ तो आई थिंक
पैसा था मोटिवेशन क्या था?
सो 2 चीज़ थी राइट. एक तो था कि ऑब्वियसली सैलरी तो आई थिंक फर्स्ट सैलरी 12,000 थी राइट तभी. एंड खर्चा उससे ज़्यादा था बिकॉज वी वर यंग, वी वांटेड टू गो आउट एवरी नाइट और एवरी वीकेंड, या फिर आपका पेट्रोल का खर्चा हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. वन थिंग वाज वेरी क्लियर कि घर से पैसे नहीं लेना है. ओके, लाइक आई मीन वो तो ऑप्शन है बट लेना नहीं है. एंड सो दिस स्टार्टेड कमिंग बैक सेइंग कि आई हैड डिफर्ड फ्रॉम फॉल टू स्प्रिंग में निकल जाते हैं. थिंग्स आर सीमिंग टू बी by the time I finish my masters, things will be hopefully back to normal in another 2 years. So one factor was that. Second is I bumped into a couple of, my 2 co-founders. They worked in another startup. One was in mine, and then they ended up working together in another tech startup in Banjara Hills. So उनका experience बहुत बुरा था. They didn't get paid for like 3-4 months. So I think one evening we were just generally catching up या जो भी है, and they were like कि भाई अगर ऐसे लोग कंपनी चला सकते हैं तो हम भी चला ही सकते हैं.
फैक्ट मतलब ऐसे लुखे लोग हैं जो पैसा देते भी नहीं है. अगर वो कर सकते तो हम क्यों नहीं
कर सकते राइट. सो आई वाज लाइक ठीक है, आई मीन लेट्स सी वेयर दिस टेक्स अस. सो आई क्विट. वी वर स्टिल नॉट वेरी श्योर टू बी ऑनेस्ट. इट वाज नॉट प्लान्ड एट ऑल. लाइक उनका भी रैंडम था कि 3 महीने हो गए, 4 महीने हो गए, 5 महीने हो गए, आज पैसे देंगे, कल पैसे देंगे, पैसे ही नहीं आ रहे हैं राइट.
इट्स अ संक कॉस्ट फैलेसी. हाँ 5 महीने काम किया, पैसे लाना, और 2 महीने काम करेंगे और 3 महीने.
तो वो हो रहा था. एंड आई थिंक देन they called me and I said ठीक है, I'm also in the process of quitting, maybe I'll go abroad, maybe I'll not, I don't know. So we just got together and we said ठीक है चलो try करते हैं. And all the 3 of us came from that, I think 2008 में तभी mobile app development was like the hottest thing. And digital
Android must have started.
Yeah. And digital marketing was the hottest thing, right? Tabhi. So we were like हम लोग luckily वही एरिया में काम करे हुए थे 6-8 महीने जो भी था. So we were like ठीक है देखते हैं क्या होता है. So lots of night outs at a chai thela near Yashoda Hospital in Panjagutta. Because that was the only place that would stay open till like 3 a.m. 4 a.m. So we would just sit there, speak in the night कि क्या कर सकते हैं. Lot of ideas came. So 3 of us were or are into motorcycle riding and all of that stuff. So एक आइडिया था कि राइडिंग गियर बेचते हैं, राइट. एंड वी वर लाइक इंडिया में होपफुली राइडिंग पिकअप होएगा, मोटरसाइकिल टूर्स पिकअप होंगे. एक तो ये था कि चलो वेबसाइट वगैरह बना सकते हैं, मार्केटिंग कर सकते हैं. और एक दो कुछ आइडियाज़ थे. देन वी रियलाइज बाकी सब आइडियाज़ में इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए. अगर आपको कुछ भी करना है, यू हैव टू प्रोक्योर थिंग्स, इन्वेंट्री. लाइक पैसा तो है नहीं किसी के पास डालने के लिए, पहले का ही पैसा नहीं मिला, डालेंगे कहाँ से. सो वी सेड ओके ठीक है चलो ये ट्राई करते हैं. दैट्स हाउ वी स्टार्टेड. आई थिंक इन नवंबर डिसम्बर 2008. It's been a very slow long journey. First few months worked from home. Our first client also was a restaurant in Madhapur. And they took a punt on us saying कि ठीक है ये लोग कर लेंगे कुछ तो बना.
What is the restaurant's name?
It's called Sweet Nirvana.
Sweetener. अभी भी है?
अभी नहीं है. It used to be there back then. So they were run by two women, two ladies. Super thankful to them that they kind of appreciated us and they had that faith in us. So I still remember, I think we got 17,000 rupees advance. We paid 12,000 rupees to the CA to register a company because we didn't have money to register a company. So तभी partnership firm था शायद, yeah. And 5,000 बचे थे. So we went out, we partied and we finished it.
Make sure accounts are settled.
Yeah. So
ये तेरा ये मेरा ऐसा करता हूँ, कल का कल देंगे.
So then we started working on there. That was the first project that we got. We started working on that. Then slowly we started getting more and more work our way. And I think 2-3 things which kind of stood out are in fact so the first few months we worked from home because we couldn't afford office or rent. So एक दिन एक बंदे के घर पे बैठते थे. Then we took our first office space in Secunderabad. I think for like 8,000 rupees rent.
After how many clients?
I don't think it was clients. It was more about 3 महीने का रेंट दे पाएंगे या नहीं. 3 महीने का रेंट दे पाएंगे तो ऑफिस ले लेते हैं. सो ऑफिस लिया, धीरे उसको फर्निश किया. आई थिंक 6 महीने के बाद वी गॉट दैट CPU दैट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट. 4-6 महीने के बाद देन वी सेड ओके चलो अभी इंटरव्यूज चालू करते हैं. वी नीड पीपल टू डिलीवर थिंग्स.
एंड डिड यू हैव क्लाइंट्स इन द पाइपलाइन और ऑलरेडी थे?
सो आई थिंक द गुड पार्ट इज दैट we were very open about what we know, what we don't know, and we were very true to what we were doing. Apart from that, I think we were also very design first company. So for us, it was not about कि कुछ भी बनाओ दे दो, कैसे भी करो.
So when you started off with like a bootstrapped company, वहाँ से what was your peak time? कितना मतलब business किया monthly? Like peak numbers, some numbers. जैसे मुझे मेरे numbers याद है. Like I have been into search engine optimization services in 2004-5. Then वहाँ से मैं blogging की तरफ pivot हो गया, फिर वहाँ से YouTube की तरफ. So I remember few years were like super good, few months maybe. Again completely client goes away. So like client गया तो सब गया.
Correct.
So what were your peak numbers?
So peak came much later, right? Peak came in 2016, 15, 16, 17. So initial days were very slow, right? Because we couldn't scale fast because we couldn't invest money. So every time we would hire somebody, we would need to save up for 3 months, buy a computer, then hire.
But maybe if you stop partying, would it help?
वो तो बस फर्स्ट पार्टी था, उसके बाद तो कभी हुआ ही नहीं.
अच्छा मुझे लगा कि जब पैसा आ रहा था पार्टी कर रहे थे, सेटल करके.
नहीं ऐसा कुछ आई विश वैसा होता था. So स्ट्रेस कम होता था. But नहीं, like so quickly we started hiring people, moved offices, moved to Banjara Hills later. And in parallel, I think 2011, I was traveling and I met my other co-founder Ankita in Bombay. I was traveling from Bombay somewhere else. So she's based out of Bombay. She used to run another company like iGenero in Bombay. So I think I met her through Twitter if I'm not wrong. Then I met her in Bombay. And then both of us were like, ठीक है, Bombay में क्या हो रहा है, Hyderabad में क्या हो रहा है and all that. And our work started coming in from Bombay. because all the national head offices of brands, businesses, everything on digital side was coming in from Bombay.
So you were doing primarily digital marketing in
So it was
Nigeria?
split into two. One was core product dev and design, and second was the digital side. So that's when in 2011, when I met her, we realized that there is no place for us to like go read up about what businesses, brands in India are doing in social and digital. So we said चलो एक blog चालू करते हैं, उस पर हम हमारी केस स्टडीज डाल देंगे, जो इंडस्ट्री में 2-4 दोस्त हैं उनको बोल देंगे आपकी भी केस स्टडी भेज दो, we'll put it up so that industry can read, people can understand what's happening. That's how Social Samosa started. So it was supposed to be like a side project, like a blog, and nothing beyond that. So, and back then, like, yeah, we were remote, like Social Samosa was remote completely, right? Ankita was there, I was here. So we used to, like Karan and me and Karan, who was my iGenro co-founder, we were in Hyderabad. So Social Samosa started that way. I think first month कुछ 20-30 आर्टिकल हमने रेडी करा कि ठीक है 1 महीने का कंटेंट मिल गया, and we just went live. I think 3-6 महीने में we realized people are reading and people started writing to us saying ये गलत है, ये सही है, ये अच्छा है. So we're like, oh shit, people are noticing. And that's when we said, okay, maybe there is an opportunity here to do something. So then we spun it off as a separate company and we said कि ठीक है चलो अभी इसको भी साथ में grow करते हैं.
What gave you the idea to spin it off into a separate company?
Because I had one more co-founder in that company, number one. Number two is पैसा बनाना था, तो अभी कोई
So you needed to keep the accounts clear.
डिजिटल मार्केटिंग वाले जितने भी लोग देखे हैं, आई हैव आल्सो बीन इन सिमिलर बिजनेसेस, मैंने जब भी देखा है ना, इट डजंट गो लाइक IT स्टार्टअप पर्सन, लाइक यू नो कि मैं ये प्रॉब्लम क्रैक कर रहा हूँ, ये फिक्स कर रहा हूँ. नहीं, पैसा जहाँ दिख रहा है गाड़ी उधर चल रहा लो. यू इतना ओवर थिंकिंग नहीं करते हैं. अगर कुछ और बिक रहा है तो चलो उधर, कोई लगेगा कि फुल इंटरेस्ट आ गया मार्केट में लोगो डिजाइनिंग बिजनेस का, तो सब बंद करो, लोगो डिजाइनिंग बिजनेस शुरू कर दो. अल्टीमेटली मनी इज व्हाट इज एवरीवन इज वर्किंग फॉर.
But following the money.
आई मीन आई डोंट नो, नो ऑफेंस टू ऑल द स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स, वो बहुत बड़े बड़े ज्ञान देते हैं कि आई एम ट्राइंग टू क्रैक अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. कुछ भी नहीं, अल्टीमेटली पैसे के लिए कर रहे हो. वरना भाई आप NGO शुरू कर लो, अगर प्रॉब्लम क्रैक करना था. आके सब भगवान बनते हैं स्टार्टअप वाले. बिजनेसमैन को आके क्या बोलते हैं पता है, यू डोंट फिक्स एनी प्रॉब्लम, यू आर नॉट सॉल्विंग एनी प्रॉब्लम्स. Dude, you're also not solving any problem. You're just trying to fill your pockets, but trying to show that you're solving some problem. On the contrary, business guys actually keep fighting and challenging and keep competing. हमें लगता है कि वहाँ पे कोई कर रहा है अच्छा धंधा तो हम भी सिमिलर कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि इतना प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, इतना ज्ञान करना नहीं है. और you're bootstrapped.
What you're saying is there's no shame in copying. सब original बनाने की जरूरत नहीं. Just see what makes money and then follow.
Mona Lisa is original. उसके बाद आप 10 मोनालिसा के जैसे फोटोज लेके आप करोगे तो लोग क्या बोलेंगे, इंस्पिरेशन है ये. They don't say you're copying, right? So copying from one is copying from many is art. So that's what most people do, like, and that's what all the business guys do.
Today it's also, I mean, if you think about it today, right, it's very hard to innovate. Like it's
a very crowded space.
Yeah, I mean everything has its maturity, right? So
any delivery company saying that we are innovating, मुझे लगता है क्या कर रहे थे पहले, 3 दिन डिलीवरी, फिर 1 दिन डिलीवरी, 1 घंटा डिलीवरी, 10 मिनट डिलीवरी, अब कल जाके घर के बाहर ही रख देंगे. सर क्या चाहिए बता दो, मैं दे देता हूँ आपको. That's not innovation. That's just solving something, delivering quickly.
Yeah, I mean different
processes है,
different perspectives also, right? Because back then, like there was nothing called entrepreneurship, there was nothing called VC ecosystem, कुछ था ही नहीं जब. That was like ठीक है आप खुद का बिजनेस खड़ा कर रहे हो. There is nothing called startup also.
खुद को खड़ा करना एक बड़ी चैलेंज थी.
Like ये सब था ही नहीं जब, right? And I think in 2014, if I remember correctly, was when the Flipkart का सबसे बड़ा first funding came in, and that in true ways it changed the game for India. Like people may not remember today, but that is what kind of changed the entire ecosystem, right?
People have forgotten Sachin Bansal. Like I remember those days ना, वो बहुत हवा होता था. Like they got funding, all the startups thinking that like we should also get big time funding, and then right now no one even knows
remember
what is
things about. Yeah, but that actually changed the trajectory.
Sign of progress also इतने हैं. There are so many unicorns now.
And we are distracted between so many unicorns now.
Yeah. No, but like even like in our world, right? So we started, I think 2014 is when, if I'm not wrong, we set up iGenro Bombay office. We had a Bangalore office then. We had the Hyderabad office. right? And again, Bombay focused completely on marketing, digital and all that because that's the national brands, businesses. Hyderabad was pure play product dev, UI,
What kind of products were you building?
So we had two streams, right? One was कि हम खुद का product experimentation करते रहते थे because somewhere वो दिमाग में पूरा time था that कि खुद का product बनाते हैं, कब तक दूसरों के लिए products बनाएंगे, right? And second part was obviously building it for customers. So the reason I called out 2014 was that after that we started working very closely with some of the largest VCs in India. We started working with some of the very well known unicorns now or pre-IPO companies which are now. We worked with them very closely from 2015 to like 2016, 2017, 2018. So we were helping them build their version 1s, version 2s, version 3s, faster prototyping, faster iterations. So we were like the ad hoc team because obviously everybody was fighting for talent at that time and it was all a trade-off of time. Right, so that actually kind of helped us also increase our revenues, our profits, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, I think Social Samosa was like this short stint of 3-4 years, I think, which did really well at that time. But we also hit that juncture कि अभी यहाँ पे focus करें या यहाँ पे focus करें, right? Because it became too taxing. It became
Too chaotic.
Yeah, basically we were working like 16 hours a day, 17 hours a day because you don't know what to do because in the morning you're focusing on iGenro का काम and then evening you're focusing on ठीक है कल के लिए content ready हुआ नहीं हुआ.
पैसे चाहिए, product fund करने के लिए पैसे चाहिए.
हाँ, वो तो बाई प्रोडक्ट हो गया but at least चलाना भी तो है because you have people to pay salaries for, right? Like that's the biggest thing in your head कि अगले महीने की सैलरी देना है कहाँ से आएगी, right?
What was your learning about products versus say services?
If I think about it today, yeah, working with Indian customers is painful. Whatever side, I mean, because we are value conscious, right?
In services.
In services, yeah, we are value conscious, so it becomes very, very challenging. But at the same time, we were very clear that we also don't want to become this outsourcing shop. So we never chased dollars all the time. We were happy working with Indian customers and smaller deal values, but more quality work.
You are doing value-added services and not just executing something as an outsourced.
So we were like a part of like the core planning and things like that with some of our customers. And the funny part is we also, going back, we started iGenero. I was deferring my admission in George Washington. I got a mail saying that
कितने साल करोगे भाई defer?
So I got a mail saying that we are cancelling it. And then I said, okay, sure. I started a company and I'm going to do this. So George Washington University became our client back in 2009. So they were our first client for who we were doing digital marketing.
So उनको पैसा देने के बदले आपने ले लिए?
Yeah, I mean that just worked for some time. So I think 6-8 months or a year they worked with us, or maybe more than a year, right? So that was super encouraging. Back then it was like a very big deal. And getting dollars. Yes. Right. So fast forward, Social Samosa happened. So we also did like we constantly experimented with our products. So in 2012-13 we did salon services in Hyderabad at home. It was called Couch Salon. We ran that for a year, but we never saw money there. Right. We were like हर बार वो सर्विस के लिए जा रहा है तो पैसा भी जा रहा है. Like
it was not ready.
It was not ready. The unique economics didn't make sense. Didn't have the exposure, first of all, didn't know what is unit economics back then, and I'll be honest about it, right? It was more like, ठीक है, इसकी सैलरी इतनी है, जाने आने का कर्जा इतना है, कस्टमर इतना पे कर रहा है, कुछ बच ही नहीं रहा लास्ट में. Right? So we were like, okay, this is not going to work. Like, कभी पैसा ही नहीं बनेगा. So we did that for a year. We shut shop in parallel. We did a student tutor app in 2013 again. Which was connecting students to tutors. It was called Tuk Tuk. That did a little decently okay. Again, we realized nobody's paying. Like, no student wants to pay.
Student के पास पैसे नहीं है.
So like, where will we make money?
Parents had money.
Parents have money, but nobody wants to pay on an app back then. They're like, वो तो ट्यूशन टीचर के पास ही जा रहा है, right? तो मैं ऐप में क्यों दूँ फिर से पैसा?
So what is the connection with Social Ketchup? समोसा से केचप क्या है ये
So this happened much later.
No, I'm just coincidentally while you're talking, I was looking at my emails. There's one invoice also pending. तो discuss करूँगा. Just for fun मैं follow mails देख रहा हूँ. I'm like social samosa देखा, अब ketchup कहाँ से आ गया?
So I think after Social Samosa, when so we got taken over by a bunch of, basically we were at a juncture where we had to take a decision which company to focus on, and I had back then I had met all the largest publishing companies or digital publishing companies in India and abroad, and I realized पैसा खाली events में बनेगा या conferences या awards में. So we were very clear ये तो करना नहीं है. So that's when we said that okay, we'll get out of it. And at the same time, we had a couple of investment opportunities which I didn't want to pursue because I had to get into that full time, which means I had to leave iGenero, which I was again not okay with it because, like I said, तभी Flipkart का funding happened, more money started coming in here, etc. So we got taken over by a bunch of private investors. Then they brought in a new CEO. Then again, it changed.
What was the size of your company at that time?
We were not very big because we must have been like just 15-20 people, not very big, because we had a very large army of like freelance folks who would work, because we also couldn't afford to hire a lot of people.
So from nothing in 2000, post your college, you ended up selling up the company.
Yeah, it was a smallish exit at that time.
But still, what numbers are we talking about? Like
very small, like not life changing at all. More ki I would rather say that जितना पैसा 3-4 साल उसमें गया, that all of that is what we recovered.
1 साल का पार्टीज फंड कर सकता था.
हाँ यार 1 साल का पार्टी शायद फंड कर.
नहीं मतलब बेसिकली पॉइंट इसलिए मैं पूछ रहा हूँ बिकॉज इट वुड बी अ मोटिवेशन फॉर पीपल टू अंडरस्टैंड कि दीज डेज पीपल द न्यू जनरेशन इज ओवर थिंकिंग अ लॉट. किसी को डिजिटल मार्केटिंग करनी है. आई नो समवन वी नो देम कॉमन. आई विल टेल यू मोर. दैट पर्सन हैज़ बीन ओवर थिंकिंग फ्रॉम लास्ट 1 year कि मैं डिजिटल मार्केटिंग एजेंसी शुरू करूँ ना करूँ. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि भाई तुम जितना कमाओगे अगर खर्चा भी निकाल के कुछ पैसे भी कमा लेते हो, यू ऑल्सो हैव ए चांस ऑफ एग्जिटिंग इट and still making some money, a small corpus.
Yeah, but I'll tell you the difference is that in services, it's very, very, very difficult to exit a business. If not
Operational.
Yeah, because it's people, end of the day, right? People are buying you for people, right? So that was the case that happened, in fact, like with a friend of mine as well. So for us at Social Samosa, because it kind of became a smallish or decent sized brand at that time, we had options to raise money actually. But we were like, we are very clear that the money is coming only and only from events and conferences and awards. So we don't want to raise money because we don't want to get into that line of work, right? So we took a call at that time.
And if you were able to take such a call, it probably also means that you had money and you were comfortable. You're not searching for.
No, I was still searching for where the big money will come from. Why would I get into offline, right? Like that's not my skill set. That's not my area of expertise. I don't know how to run events, conferences.
Events is a very stressful thing. I mean, if you're talking about tech events,
tech events and
it's
those
crazy.
things.
Like
Correct, right, yeah.
3 hours, 3 days का काम होता है, but it's crazy. People work 24/7. When I go to the events, I recall the PR teams and the event agencies लिटरली बर्न आउट हो रहे हैं, पागल हो रहे हैं. उनको पता भी नहीं, 2 दिन से सोए नहीं, हिल रही है उनकी बॉडीज. लाइक एंड दे आर लाइक प्लीज एवरीवन इज टेकिंग केयर. एंड देन जर्नलिस्ट लाइक वी आर ऑन दैट साइड सैडली. बट हमारे दोस्त लोग नखरे कर रहे हैं. कैब वॉज लेट बाय 15 minutes. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इवेंट, पैथेटिक सर्विसेज. आई टॉक टू द क्लाइंट, दे जस्ट rudely.
Yeah, so we did some very small, I think we were one of the first people who did like this complete offline mixer in 2011-12, and it had no agenda. Nobody comes and speaks. Nobody is on the stage. There is no stage. You just come meet people from your industry and you just network.
You never took funding from anyone?
No.
We
never invested even from our pocket.
So आप एक पक्के मारवाड़ी निकले हो.
नहीं, जब भी पता नहीं था कैसे लेना है, राइट? लाइक
नहीं, वो एक बहुत बड़ा न्यूसेंस है. लाइक अगर मुझे कोई बोलता है, मैंने अपने लाइफ में बहुत बार मुझे सामने से आके बोलते हैं रिश्तेदार लोग कि भाई मैं पैसे दे रहा हूँ, तुम्हारी कंपनी क्या
तो
है.
लेना ही नहीं.
मैं बिल्कुल छूता ही नहीं हूँ. मेरा नहीं भाई, दूर रहता हूँ मैं. रिश्तेदार हो या फिर उनके कॉन्टैक्ट से भी कोई आता है तो ऐसे नहीं किसी से पैसा लेना ही नहीं है. चाहिए तो हम अपनी जितनी समझ में आएगा उतना कहीं से भी मार्केट से ले लेंगे, बट ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं चाहिए.
ऑल्सो टेल यू, राइट, लाइक आप भी बहुत पहले स्टार्ट कर रहे राइट आपकी जर्नी बैक इन अर्ली 2000s. अगर आप आज की तारीख में कुछ भी स्टार्ट करना चाह रहे हो, it's almost impossible to do it without money. It's not possible because the market has evolved so much. User expectation has evolved so much, right? Like,
So you mean to say, आज in 2024 or 25, if someone wants to start a digital marketing company,
digital marketing, yeah. See, that's a services company. Services is straightforward. आप client
so there's
लाओ,
still
आप
there's still
दुकान
an
चलाओ.
opportunity.
Yeah, like आप basically services में आप I mean कस्टमर आ रहा है, पैसे दे रहा है, आप सर्विस दे रहे हो, वो जा रहा है.
तो वो एक
That's a
अच्छा
service.
स्कोप है, अभी भी है.
Yeah, that's a service cycle. But अगर आपको proper product company बनानी है, you want to build a product of yours, it's not possible.
Most companies I've seen पहले services करते हैं, then they build product on the side slowly and then they see if that can work. I mean, starting off with a product, it has a longer cycle, काम करेगा कि नहीं.
That's where you need the money. No?
Usually the most self-conviction is the one who is building the product, but maybe the money is coming from services. Is that
But
something
startups
similar?
don't start off with services, right? They just think that
This is
we'll
now.
go with the product.
What you're saying is
But you have done something like that, right? You had services, money coming
yeah, because back then there was no ecosystem to raise money,
for a product.
right? Like था ही नहीं, ऑप्शन ही नहीं था, right? तभी या तो खुद पैसा डाल लो या फिगर आउट कर लो या फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली से ले लो या whatever.
And no one would believe more than what your gut about an idea, and then
Yeah, and it is. I mean, today people talk about losing money in like crypto or whatever, so casual.
FNO.
Casually.
So casually, yes.
Casually. Back then,
I'm looking at Amit because casually बोलते रहते FMO में आज 70,000 उड़ा दिया 50,000 उड़ा दिया मेरा दिमाग.
लाखों में उड़ते हैं डेली के वैसे. तो
yeah. So abhi it is also normal in that sense.
it's normalized.
Yeah.
In
पहले
those days, पेरेंट्स भी सीरियस हो जाते थे, सब लोग शॉक हो
risk
जाते थे.
appetite ही था नहीं, था ही नहीं, right? Like, I mean, why? If somebody would ask me also back then, कि will you invest in my company? I was like, no, like क्यों? Like, what will I get out of
Who
it?
are you?
Like,
Why
yeah,
should I do in
should
your company? And now people are like line लगे हैं भाई, please बता दो. Oh, you're doing something on space. क्या कर रहे हो?
Yeah.
I'll invest. Anything. You say chemical, कुछ भी factory, कुछ बोलो.
Correct.
So there's a lot of liquidity in the market right now, which is also a big problem because people are taking wrong decisions.
Correct. Yeah, but like if you see it back then to now, the way the ecosystem has evolved, like see services companies, and services is not just in tech or digital, right? आप कोई भी services company बना सकते हो because that's where your money is coming और आप वो advance ले रहे हो, आप उसमें service deliver कर रहे हो, फिर आप pending payment ले रहे हो. प्रोडक्ट आप कुछ भी आप अभी आपको एक रेस्टोरेंट खोलना है तो आपको पहले तो कैपेक्स आपका उसमें ही चले गया, राइट? बट अगर आपको घर से खाना बना के सर्व करना है, ठीक है, अगर कोई ऑर्डर आया तो मैं बना के सर्व कर दूंगा,
या फिर रेस्टोरेंट का डिजिटल मैनेज कर लो.
हाँ,
या फिर
कुछ भी
एज अ कंसल्टेंट टेक रेस्टोरेंट डिजाइनिंग वर्क एवरीथिंग.
Yeah, so in digital there are a lot of, I mean, digital, see that's like a individual skill set now, right? It's like I'm trading off my time, you're paying for my time. There is no product, there is no skill. जब तक मैं हूँ, जब तक काम है, right? It's on my name or me या जो भी है. But उसमें also, if you ask me today, there is so much, it's so crowded, there is so much clutter. So now it's also very, very
And AI का हवा.
AI तो is, I mean, that's तो a completely different ball game only. But इसमें, I mean, but that is also true, right? Like अभी
But that
जैसे
helps you in doubling down your service pricing. Just add AI in the advance आगे and say that we are offering AI service, we are offering AI digital marketing, we are offering this is AI.
But really using AI to get productivity out, one person doing the job of 5, do you see that promise anytime soon?
I think that's already there.
Do you see it in your company where one person is able to do what 5 people
It's
could
not
do?
about one person being able to do 5 people's job. It's about one person doing their job much better and much more efficiently. And that is true. That is real. Like,
So AI isn't going to bring magic. It's going to just enhance by 20-30%.
yeah,
20-30% is still great. I mean, translates to profit margin.
It's huge competition. That's the best it can offer.
So what is the new product or the current product that you're working on?
as of now, I don't think I am looking at starting up again as of now. I don't know. I think it has to happen organically. So I'm not chasing anything. I think last year, a couple of years ago, I was exploring something, worked on it for a few months as well, but that's when the AI disruption happened. So I was like, okay, this is not the best time to, because what I was thinking about was, not fitting seamlessly with the disruption that's happening. So I was just,
A lot of people pivoted.
so I
Had to
just
pivot.
I like it's probably not a great time. It's both the best time to build something because you're at the forefront of the change, but it's also maybe not the best time to build something because you never know how you'll get disrupted. 6 months you're done and dusted. Right. So I think that's when I took a back seat. I said, okay, now where I am at is I also want to kind of learn things how they are done at scale. Right. So I have spent a lot of my time in the early stage tech startup ecosystem.
Now you want to understand how to productionize and how to.
Yeah, I really want to understand that scale, right? So when you're running global scale products, how does every small change impact like millions of users, billions of users? So I think that's one. And second is also in terms of learning, in terms of building or scaling companies quickly. Because the old school way of building is irrelevant today. It's non-existent. अगर आपको product बनाना है तो right, and you need to be super fast, you need to be agile, you need to be innovative across all fronts. Otherwise you're done. पहले रहता था 2 साल 1 साल try कर लो, फिर नहीं चला तो कुछ और कर लेना, right? I think now it's like 6 months you yourself will know what's going to come out of it, right? Like, I mean, you may not believe in it, but you will know yourself that is this the right thing or is this not?
So the world is getting more challenging.
Yeah. At least in the tech internet space, because it's changing so rapidly that nothing is in control.
Earlier the cycles were like a decade, then it came to 5 years.
Yeah.
Things were changing. Now within a year things are changing.
Yeah.
And what I could resonate with this is when I connect to my other people in the similar line of work, डिजिटल वाले जो बंदे थे सारे आउट हो गए हैं बिजनेस से. मतलब आउट मतलब आइदर दे हैव पाइवटेड, दे आर डूइंग समथिंग, इट्स गेटिंग टफ फॉर देम. वहीं पे जो ऑफलाइन वाले बंदे हैं बिजनेस स्लो है
Still there,
बट दे आर सस्टेनिंग. मतलब उनको मालूम है कि कल उनके घर में पैसे तो आने वाले हैं.
Yeah, see, digital mein, in fact, even people I know from, like 10 years ago, I'm not in touch with most of them, but most of them are now, let's say, they are marketing heads in corporates, product marketing heads in corporates. They have all moved to that side of the table now. They are not
Safer.
providers.
Yeah.
Right? They are the brands and the businesses now, because it's lesser headache, honestly. And like running a digital services company in India is super challenging. As much as I think it's the easiest way to start something, it's the most difficult
Hardest
thing
one
to
to sustain.
and
Is it because disruption happens very frequently in that space?
no, entry level barrier is so low, right? Like, so you're competing so
It became commoditized over
it's
time.
fully commoditized. Like, there is no speciality, right? Like, I'm sure in your society group you'll find people who will be ready to do like graphic design or like a 30-second video for you or whatever,
For free.
right? And they'll do it really well.
They are
You'll be
doing it for
surprised.
they are doing it for free.
Yeah.
कंट्रीब्यूटर बन जाते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं वो, वॉलंटियर्स.
Yeah, and you'll be surprised with the quality as well, right? Because they're doing a pretty good job. So I think it's super easy to enter, but it's not.
To sustain and create a sustainable business is hard.
Yeah.
So that is a challenge for digital marketing agencies in the new
So
world.
has it led to consolidation in that space?
I think yes, consolidation, and what I was also hearing from some friends is that there's a very clear demarcation now in which agency specializes in what. So that's one. There is also very clear demarcation in who does great work and who does bad work or who does average work. There is a very clear
But apart from that, good bad के अलावा मैंने जो experience किया है agencies का, most of my contacts of agencies are from Delhi, like all the PR agencies and everything. It's all about, it boils down to who has connections inside the company. बिजनेस उनको मिलता है. पहले क्या होता था, लाइक आई रिमेंबर 10 years back there is to be this RFT or something, RFP and उसके बाद
Pitch होता था,
सेलेक्ट्स होते थे, they should finally be happy, there would be celebrations and stuff. अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अंदर का जो बंदा है टॉप मैनेजमेंट वाला, वो उसके साथ सेटिंग है, काम उसी बंदे को मिल जाता है.
I don't think it's like that.
Big companies, there is a process.
Yeah, there is a RFP.
So
pitch
I'm coming
which
clearly
करते हैं.
from the YouTube tech area and I know Oppo, Vivo, Samsung brand, every brand कितना business किसको जा रहा है आज की डेट में. I'm talking about crores of business every month, and it's specifically managed by few people who I personally know. So and since I'm not
See,
working
but that
with them,
is also the agency side of the world runs that way. So the other perspective is, and I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about 10 years ago also. If I was working with agency X and let's say I had, I don't know, Coke, Pepsi, Honda, whatever, right? These 5 brands. The minute I move to another agency, I will take these 5 brands with me. Dhire dhire, I'll take those 3 account managers with me also, right? And I'll take the creative head with me. So why will the brand not be okay with it, right? The brand is like all the best people who were working on my account are now in this new company. So I think that's how it was 10 years ago at least. Maybe now it's still the same. That's what you mean that,
That's
you know,
what it is.
you know people internally. And
they basically hire, I mean, it's like a group of people. One person directly goes to the brand, he says, I'll take care of the sales here internally, and then the budget gets approved to this specific agency only. Other agencies, these guys undercode them. It's all a whole nexus of settings and everything. And that also makes a new agency. I noticed a few new agencies trying to enter the market. They couldn't. Even in fact, I'm talking about well-known international agencies जो ये business में आने की कोशिश करते हैं. They cannot, and they are left with only sending press releases or taking care of the digital things, not able to actually capitalize on the influencer marketing.
Must be, because at least from what I can recall, like, you know, in like 2014, 15 and stuff, when we were doing this, there was very, very clear approach in terms of how do you want to close a large brand, right? Even if you go through the RFP pitch process, they'll do all of that stuff. But the undercutting part, I agree that you're saying, like, we have first-hand experienced it also. And I think there were multiple factors like these as well, you know, where I said that, okay, this is fully commoditized. I don't think I want to do this. And also margins kept shrinking, right? Like people were like doing it cost to cost just to have a brand and things like that. So, and I think that's a challenge of any service business. It's not just this, but the way it got commoditized probably was much, much, much faster because of entry level being so low. Like everybody is like, I'm also a Facebook expert. You know, I'm also this expert. I'm also a Facebook ads expert. And you can't, and back then you couldn't differentiate much because there was not so much data. Now you can simply say, you know, kitne YouTube channel you manage, how many brands have you scaled, what kind of ad budgets have you run, what are your conversion rates. All these things are there probably in the last 5-7 years, right? But back then it was more like just say that I'm working with X, Y, and Z. And if those are big enough brands, you'll be like, okay, this guy knows how to work with large brands, right? Everything else will come after.
So gone are the days of goodwill valuations. उस टाइम में goodwill के ऊपर काम चलता था कि you say कि I'm working for Satyam, you'll get other company also ready for that. Like local company और भी बोलेगी अच्छा उनका कर रहे हो आ जाओ कर लो. अब ऐसा नहीं है. Either it's जो मैं देख रहा हूँ जिस world में I see well-known PR publications coming from global standards. They are not getting the business. If I'm referring to the influencer marketing part only, where I see a lot of money moves, because when we talk about managing a digital in terms of not the ads part, sending press releases, taking care of the communication, there's a very small monthly budgeting happening. But talking about influencer marketing, you're talking about crores of money.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that is still completely taken over by a few people only, and which is sad because new people are not getting an opportunity in that.
Must be, yeah. Like, I think there are platforms also which have tried to automate this whole thing, which have not really worked.
It doesn't work.
Right. And I think like we have done like influencer marketing back then, right? And we did it pretty well with all very large celebrities. We worked with them. That time we used to directly speak to their manager, right? And we had to make them understand, saying, this is what we want them to speak or post, and you know, उनका reputation को कुछ issue नहीं होएगा वगैरह वगैरह. Right?
Now we have celebrity के manager के agency के manager की celebrity agency है.
Yeah. So that's how I think, and we actually made a good amount of money back then because there were not a lot of people doing this, and I think it pretty much kind of just became.
There were not many middlemen.
There were absolute no middlemen, and also tabhi digital agencies were still doing influencer marketing.
Yep.
Now there is content marketing agency, PR agency, digital agency, design agency, tech agency, right? All of these guys, everybody obviously wants to retain the customer and they want that little margin.
And most of them saying that they do everything.
Yeah, they do everything, but that's where
It's called 360-degree marketing.
Correct, yeah.
That's what they put, and they say that अच्छा आपको वो भी चाहिए, वो हम करते हैं. I have a team member who does that also, and they are killing up the competition.
Yeah. But I on the creator side, I mean, it's also amazing that, you know, how many we have such large creators now in India, right? Like being in the space, I would have never thought through or would have, you know, thought of this about that. 10 years later, there'll be such large screen. Wouldn't have ever thought of it, you know, like no questions asked. But it's crazy to see, you know, how like now there are again communities or people specifically for YouTube, then there's specifically for Instagram, then there is different content types, and then there is different content duration and so on and so forth. But I think wahi ho gaya, right? Like as there are more and more people getting onto these platforms, consuming different kinds of, you know, content types, there are people who are also supplying all of these. And like, you know better on the influencer side, on being an influencer and the other side of the story, you know, and whatever little experience, exposure I had back then, for us it was actually not so bad at that point because there was not so much competition and fight and maramari nahi thi utni. Maybe now things are like very, very, very different.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, digital marketing.
Function of the number of people operating in a crowded space. Maybe the space became so crowded.
Competition तो offline भी है. Problem is online world is very dynamic. Like, you know, like he's saying, we never expected कि 10 years के बाद इतने influencers हो जाएगा, ये world ऐसे change हो जाएगा. फेसबुक डेड होगा, फेसबुक ने भी नहीं सोचा होगा. ट्विटर इतना आगे वापस से बाउंस बैक मारेगा, किसी ने सोचा था. बट लुक एट पैराडाइज एंड बावर्ची, वो अभी भी बिरयानी उतनी ही बेच रहे हैं. तो ऑफलाइन वाले चलते ही रहते हैं, उनकी जिंदगी मतलब कितने भी बीच में नए रेस्टोरेंट्स आ जाएंगे, उनका बिरयानी है उतना ही.
Entry barrier is high probably.
No,
investment. No, see, it's also that, see, offline also we are talking about, you know, the good parts. Right?
Good
there
example.
are so many businesses which just don't do well and they just like shut shop, and उतना investment भी जा रहा है उनके धंधे में that they struggle to probably recover. It takes years. In online, you fail, you take up a job and you're done.
And offline there's also the personal touch angle probably. That's a reason we are probably sitting here and talking and not doing an online podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it builds a better relationship when you do an offline business compared to online. Not sure, मतलब depends on case to case. But digital, मतलब मेरे को ये लगता है digital हमेशा डायनामिक रहा है. मतलब ऐसा कोई आप कुछ नया शुरू करते हो, कोई गारंटी नहीं है कि हमेशा रहेगा. People suddenly see profits and they feel like, yeah, finally I cracked it. और अगले साल खत्म हो सकता है वो.
Yeah, because it's all people dependent again, ना. So आप, I mean, the more you scale, the more people you are hiring. या तो आप full time कर रहे हो या आप part time या freelancers वगैरह के साथ भी काम कर रहे हो. It's like a tap, right? Like it needs to keep flowing, coming in every single day.
So do you plan to come back to the servicing business anymore anytime?
No.
You're done and dusted?
Let me ask you. You worked in startups. You led product teams. Now you're working in a big company leading product. What do you see is the most frustrating aspect in big companies when you're trying to execute small changes, making their way?
So I'll answer that slightly differently, right? In my perspective, the biggest challenge I see, not challenge, or rather, you know, the issue, or it's just just my personal observation is that if you are a founder, 9 out of 10 times you are, or I would say 10 out of 10 times, you're always going to give your 100%, right? And that doesn't leave you. That trait doesn't.
Sense of ownership.
Yeah, that doesn't go away, right? And today, if I am working for somebody else, or if I'm working for you or you, right? It's not that just because I'm working for you, I'll be like, आज मैं 50% बस काम करूँगा, right? 50% efficient रहूँगा, rest 50% I
जितना
just
बोला उतना तो करूँगा बस.
It's a personality trait.
Yeah, so that doesn't go away, right? And when that doesn't go away, and when you're working with people who have not been in that space, that becomes a little challenging, right? Because you want everybody to do their best every single day, because somebody or you are putting your name on that, right? So there are like I think we discussed some time back, there are people who will be like, you know, आपने जो बोला, I did that and my job is done, right? But do we really want to put our name on it? We will not, because we only will put our name on something which we are really proud of, or you know, put the best version out.
Right.
So when you're working with very large teams, or you're working in a very large company, obviously it's not possible to control or define everybody's mindset. Everybody has, you know, every individual has a different approach
And expect
way
each of
working.
them to.
And you can't expect, it's not even right to expect that of people. So I think that is something that I feel is a big change in mindset, mind shift, dealing with people, making sure that, you know, they are also doing equally good or even better than you, and that's even better if they're able to do that, right? So I think, yeah, that's the biggest.
Startup mein you could just fire, okay, it's not working out, it's not a culture fit, so
Yeah, it's not even about fire, right? It's the intent. Is my intent to do what I'm being told from 10 to 8, or is my intent to deliver the best I can, irrespective of 10 to 8 ho ya 10 to 2 ho ya 10 to 6 ho?
sense of ownership.
Sense of ownership, right? It comes
Basically,
down
it's
to
like volunteering. If you look at some event where we all go and volunteer, most of us would not even give 100% क्योंकि मेरा क्या जा रहा है, सब लोग कर रहे हैं, करने वाले कर रहे हैं। तो जॉब में ऐसे ही होता है, सब लोग अपने मर्जी से आते हैं, कर रहे हैं, बट जो ऊपर बैठा है बंदा जिसने असली में पैसा लगाया, जो ओनर है, वो स्ट्रेस ले रहा है।
he is all in, right?
He is all in. Other people are like,
You would not find so many people in your startup without a sense of ownership, because they won't fit in, or they would not stay for long, right? Versus maybe in a bigger company, you have to respect how.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we hear people joining startups or leaving startups or whatever, right? Like we hear so much about crazy, you know, like in COVID, or just after COVID, people were getting paid ridiculous amounts of money in tech ecosystem, right? Obviously, the expectation is also going to be ridiculous. You know, just because you are working for 8 hours, I am paying you triple the amount now. I am going to expect you to work at least for 12 hours, if not like 24 hours, right?
और give a triple result.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's a give and take on both sides.
वो बेवकूफ नहीं थे कि पैसे दे रहे थे।
Correct, right? So when people say that, oh, this is like, you know, ridiculous, or I'm like, you always knew what you were getting into, right? And I mean, of course, on the other side, if a company is not, or, you know, if a company is not being very true, then वो तो company की गलती हुई, right? Like they are losing out if they set false expectations and आप फिर निकल रहे हो वहाँ से वगैरह वगैरह. But I think people have always also been very open about this in general, yeah.
That's interesting. मतलब things are यार ऐसे ही, मतलब चलते रहते हैं ये चीज़ें, और companies पैसे दे रही हैं तो वो बेवकूफ़ नहीं है कि ऐसे ही दे देंगे. They will expect.
Correct.
And how's your MIT experience? You wanted to ask that question, but I'm asking on Amit's behalf.
So that was that little
It's a 6-week.
Yeah, so that was that little thing because I didn't go for my master's, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I should do something around in education, because obviously engineering, as we all know, means nothing if you are not from like the cream of the cream, right? So yeah, that was good. Lot of learning there back then. I think it was also like global exposure in that sense. And I think like in that journey again, I have always also thought at some point that, okay, maybe I'll do like a MBA or like an executive MBA or whatever. But then it became that, you know, or like, you know, it costs like 50-60 lakhs. Why will I invest that now in education? I would rather try an idea of mine. So because
And learn the actual rules.
yeah, I mean, not learn actual rules, but if it clicks, then, you know, like I'm sorted, right? So
You don't need the education if it clicks.
yeah, so I think that happened like quite a few times where I was like, maybe I should go back. Then nothing wrong in having like a plan B, plan C, or whatever we want to call it, right? But yeah, it just never happened.
So where do you like, closing down few things, where do you actually invest your money? What is your mantra?
I have done all stupid things that everybody has done. Like I have also tried crypto back then.
I have not done so. I'm not done.
No, not you.
Just
I
trying
mean,
to act like a
lot of-
Twitter, act like a Twitter IQ guy.
yeah, no, like a lot of people I have done. I have so.
But
I have
crypto is doing
experimented a lot.
Crypto is doing good.
Yeah, it depends again, like definition of good
Define
and duration
good.
of time, right? But I have experimented a lot. Also, I think because I come from the tech ecosystem, anything new that comes out, I want to try. I want to see what happens. Then I forget about it. कि you know यहाँ पे कुछ तो some money we had put, and then you just forget about it and you remember कि ठीक है वहाँ से निकालना है. That has happened to me 2-3 times.
अगर क्रिप्टो में किसी ने पैसे डाल के फॉरगेट किया तो अच्छी बात होती है.
अच्छी बात होती है.
गलत टाइम पे निकालना ही गलत होता है. क्रिप्टो इज ऑल अबाउट होल्डिंग इट.
Yeah, but mostly like I am not like I don't have enough time, or I rather also don't invest enough time, I should be saying that, to learn like markets and those kind of things. So I am pretty old school that way. I just do regular mutual funds and
So
SIPs.
Money does not interest you, or you don't like juggling with numbers in your mind, but you'd rather be juggling ideas of product or.
No, so I think managing money is also a skill. Like it's a pretty important skill. But I think that maybe it depends on where does one draw the line. That is it easier? Is my time best suited to make more money from my skill, or is my time best utilized to make more money from the money I have? I think that's where one needs to like decide. So I think I fall in the other bracket where I think maybe I can spend more time and maybe hopefully make more money off my skill and let this be with like an expert, at least for.
I'm in the same bucket. That is the other bucket.
No, I think
someone who's not making money, he will just try to make money from the money he has.
The bucket that he is in is a bucket which I learned little late in life, right? That is, do you want to build a business or do you want to make money? That is also a very different skill, especially I think in the startup ecosystem. It's
a skill to uncover that question first of all for yourself.
Yeah, like we realized
sometimes it comes much later.
Came a little late for us, where I was like, why are we like trying to build a company and do good and do this and do that? Like, just make money. Like,
that's the end goal.
It's irrelevant, right? Like, and I think the earlier somebody figures that out when they are a founder or independent, it's the best space I think for somebody to be.
Because it's easy to get carried away into the product mission and sense of purpose ki product banana hai, people should like it. Sometimes you lose maybe the perspective that isse paisa banega ki nahi.
Yeah, like that's one part, right? The other part is if you actually are tuned in a way where you want to make money and you don't really care about building a great business or building a great product or whatever, right? You will chase different kinds of opportunities completely.
Yeah, that's something.
Right? Yeah.
Because there's no nothing wrong in it, right? I mean, I see many.
No, I think it's a great skill to have, or realization.
To have that objectivity and clarity of purpose.
You need to have that clarity, because many people I know in my life I have seen who have been into content creators also. पूरी जिंदगी I want to make 1 million subscribers. Once they hit 1, I want to do 5 million. और पैसा वो 10 करूँगा तब से I'll start making. भाई तब तक सूखा हो जाएगा, यहाँ पैसा ही नहीं रहेगा. What's the point? Make money when you can actually make money. Yeah. Oh, you're trying to capitalize it very early. Boss, early back कुछ नहीं होता. पैसा जब लक्ष्मी जी आ रही हैं तो दरवाजा कभी बंद नहीं करना. Focus on that. Other things will automatically follow on. When you won't have the money, you will realize that ये सब लाखों का मोह माया था, या 100 people team, I want to be on the top of Times of India newspaper, न्यूज़ में आना है. अरे वो बाद में खरीद लेना भाई, वो थोड़ी सी ऐड, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. But first focus on being financially independent, stable. Many people don't realize that. वो business करते हैं but गलत जगह पे चले आते हैं.
नहीं, like for example, I know a few friends, like I have a few friends, I know a few people, they have been founders throughout, okay, like, but not even from the tech ecosystem, or maybe a little bit of exposure to tech. Yeah, they have done at least 5 very different businesses in the last 15-20 years, and I think they have wealth which even their grandchildren don't have to work for. Okay, and it's just that they chased money,
right?
And obviously luck played along, hard work came along, etc. But they literally chased money. They were like, सब कुछ गया भाड़ में, like this is the goal, and whatever gets me there. And I'm not saying that they've done anything wrong or illegal or anything, right?
There's nothing wrong.
But very random. Yeah, like for example, if you hear from me saying that, you know, I'm doing some hydroponic farming, you'll be like, okay, what the hell are you doing, right? Like I'm talking about like random stuff like that. Every 6 months you would meet them. they are talking about things which I'm like na sir na pair, kuch connection hi nahi hai, right? He's like, nahi, koi mila tha, then I read up about it and then I figured it out and now I'm doing it. Then after 1-2 years, they are done and dusted. By the time it came up, it got saturated. They have moved on to the next thing.
Early
I think that's
लेने
like
वाले
a
को
skill.
फायदा होता है.
Yeah.
So it's a skill and
They're timing emerging markets essentially.
It's a I mean, you need to pick it up, right? That's a knack that you have. But yeah, I completely believe in, do you really want to make money or do you want to build a business? Because both are different things. You can continue to build business.
And very rarely those two align, and that's like the holy grail. Maybe. But
Yeah, like if we speak about like today's tech ecosystem also, right? Like maybe a lot of people are just here to make money, maybe not really to build something. And there are otherwise also. So yeah.
see, once they have the money, they'll all give all the ज्ञान कि the reason why I started this company was blah 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 blah. जब तक नहीं बनता है वो बोलते problem solving. जब बन जाता है बोलते problem solving was one thing. I wanted to do bigger things for the society. ये पैसा निकल सब ज्ञान निकलता है.
Success has many fathers. Failure is an orphan.
हो गया ना, like after you have enough money, you'll say that, you know, like paisa doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's not everything in life. There are so many more things in life, right? That's, of course, after you have it, then of course there are more things to life. Yeah.
But the point is, most people should also try to run behind money. They just feel that अरे भाई मुझे पहले बहुत बड़ा कंपनी बनाना है, मुझे बहुत लोगों को हायर करना है. अरे भाई तू उनको पैसे ही सपोर्ट ही नहीं कर पाएगा. ऐसा टाइम भी आएगा क्योंकि तुम पैसे के पीछे नहीं भाग रहा था. मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा कि मोटिव शुड बी ओनली मनी, बट यू शुड ऑल्सो बी कॉन्शियसली अवेयर दैट मनी है तभी धंधा है, वरना धंधा भी नहीं चलेगा. बी इट स्टार्टअप और वॉट एवर. इन ए स्टार्टअप ऑल्सो मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टार्टअप्स आई कीप सीइंग दे विल टेल यू ऑल द प्रॉब्लम इक्वेशन, दे विल टॉक अबाउट ऑल द मिशन स्टेटमेंट. वो क्या है, मेनी पीज है, मेनी है, वो सारे लेटर्स का एक ज्ञान दे देते हैं, सब फिलोसफी एवरीथिंग. बट एवेंचुअली दे आर रनिंग बिहाइंड ऑल द वीसी गाइज. क्यों? पैसा चाहिए. तो भाई ये पूरा जो ज्ञान पहला था कोई फायदा नहीं है इसका. Eventually you need to run it, and to run it you need money. So the right planning is needed, the right management is needed.
सब तो जीन्स से आता है हमको.
तो गुजराती मारवाड़ी को साथ में पार्टनर बना लो. Let them drive it.
Yeah.
But I mean that's how I feel. That's how it should be openly spoken about. It should not be like यार ऐसा नहीं है, हमारा फोकस तो पैसा नहीं था, हमारा फोकस था बड़ी कंपनी बनानी थी. ये सब है नहीं चलता है दुनिया में. Things are so dynamic. You run behind a company, you run for 10-20 years and then you are totally out of the business. We have seen many mega big companies also who have done amazing business. And they eventually, अभी मैं Tupperware का पढ़ रहा था कल परसों.
Yeah, they felt so bad.
Like one of the only companies in the kitchen ecosystem जिनका बोलते हैं कि उनका कोई आप बर्तन लोगे तो कभी टूटता ही नहीं है. इतने अच्छे बर्तन बनाते कभी टूट ही नहीं रहते, बिजनेस आ ही नहीं रहा है उनका. And they are 60 years or 70 years old company and they are going bankrupt now. So okay, fine, they'll have a Wikipedia page, they'll have some good medals at home, but eventually they'll also have a big debt. In case if they have, who is going to give them fix this problem for them?
Yeah, I mean it's multiple things, right? Like how do you scale, pivot, a lot of things. I mean so many good Indian tech companies also, right, didn't pivot or couldn't pivot for whatever
Maybe a
reason.
case of frog in a boiling water, slow boiling water. So Tupperware maybe did not pivot.
But many of those, यार मतलब Xerox देख लो, Tupperware देख लो, Nokia देख लो, all these companies, they are not like कि एक अकेला अमित वहाँ बैठा था और उसका दिमाग नहीं करा तो कंपनी फेल हो गई. Yeah, they are like hundreds of people, thousands of people working with them in the ecosystem. They fail, which means that when the bad times come, you need to be smart to come out of it. You don't know, ये न्यूज़ में सब आएंगे, फिलोसफी आएगा, सब ज्ञान आएगा.
I think the problem with bigger organizations failing is there is no one visionary leader also leading the way, and it's several scattered decision making and
could be, but they jointly they could have at least figured out something rather than doing when people are just complaining about.
Sometimes you don't see the storm that is coming until it has come and washed you up. So that's
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
In hindsight, we can all speak, but
exactly.
at that point in time, everybody, I'm sure, did the best that they possibly could have, right? So, yeah.
True. But yeah, it was a fun conversation, Aitya. मजा आ गया. Been back to the content.
Yeah, it's been actually very long. I was thinking constantly कि और क्या हो रहा था तभी के टाइम में. It's been really long I spoke about all of this.
Samosa, ketchup, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And now you are into the AI domain.
Yeah, trying to learn, trying to get there. Let's see where it takes me.
So don't you want to manage the digital of the company?
No.
As a side gig?
No. I think we are all way past. I think marketers today are very smart, and it's extremely challenging for them. Far challenging than what used to be back then, right? So yeah, I think.
Yeah, same observation like I made. तुम दोनों डायनासोर हो in the digital era में भी.
ठीक है, ये डायनासोर जिंदा रहेंगे एटलीस्ट. We are here to stay. Not sure what we would accomplish, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, interesting conversation.
Likewise.
डिजिटल जो भी चेंजेस आए हैं, आई जस्ट वांटेड टू स्पीक एंड ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि आजकल मैं काफ़ी लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ, द यंग जनरेशन, द यंग जेन जी क्राउड, दे ऑल्सो वांट टू स्टार्ट ऑफ विथ इंस्टा बेस्ड बिजनेसेस. दे वांट टू सेल टी शर्ट. आई सेड यार ये तो 20 साल पहले होता था, अभी भी कोई कर रहा है क्या? आई रिमेंबर दिस बुक ऑन अनु आंटी, दिस गाय हु स्टार्टेड हिज टी शर्ट बिजनेस. Crazy things.
Yeah.
I don't recall the exact. He used to sell t-shirts for custom printed t-shirts for universities and colleges.
Yeah. Universities.
He got pretty famous, viral. तो मैंने कहा अब उसमें क्या स्कोप बचा है? But as you said, it's an entry barrier. There's no entry barrier. फटाक से घुसो.
हाँ, बट तभी वो डिफरेंस भी ये हो गया ना, तभी 100 लोग खरीदते थे, अभी लाख लोग खरीदते हैं. So the scale is much bigger.
Scale is much bigger.
Entry barrier is lower, but expectations are super high.
True. And people are spending crazy these days. Like, you know, when you say 1 लाख लोग खरीदेंगे तो सच में खरीद भी लेते हैं. कुछ भी करो छोटा सा. You just say political elections are coming, we'll just wear both side of the parties की t-shirts बेच रहे हो तो वो भी बिक जाता है. And we're talking about huge volume. So people are spending a lot of money now. And that's happening on the e-commerce portals also. And that is giving everyone an equal opportunity. So if you're smart, I look at Shark Tank, Tom, Dick, Harry guys come up there, काफ़ी products ऐसे फुद्दू होते हैं, लगता है यार ये तो, and they come on the Shark Tank and say कि I'm selling tiffins in my society, I'm doing 40 tiffins a week and I want to get investment. 40 टिफिन क्या होता है? ये तो घर पे बन जाते हैं. मतलब हफ्ते के 28 बार तो हमारे घर पे ही खाना बनता है. आप 40 लोगों को टिफिन बॉक्स बेच रहे हो तो हाउ इज दैट इवन ए बिजनेस? एंड दे आर गेटिंग नेशनल कवरेज and they are getting like 5 lakh 10 lakh of funding. That is not important, the money is not important. What is important is the amount of coverage they're going to get on media, on the social media. It's crazy. And now it actually leads to nothing. You know, I know उसका बिजनेस कुछ नहीं है, वो कहीं अहमदाबाद में टिफिन बेच रहा था भाई, उससे इनको क्या ही मिलने वाला है बिजनेस.
Reality TV at its best.
It will definitely hit and they would later on cry, but I'm just saying the markets have gone so crazy, dynamic, there's a lot of liquidity, everyone wants to pour money everywhere. उनको लगता है कि I missed the boat, अब मुझे कहीं ना कहीं पैसा डालना है. I'm good, you're into SIPs, but that's also I'm sure going great. But things are like that, like, you know, they are gone crazy. Everyone is trying to invest everywhere.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I think it's all again same cycles, right? So again, the cycle will turn sometime where, you know, I think risk appetite is anyways already coming down a little bit everywhere across the globe. So वो फिर से और लो होएगा या स्पाइक अप होएगा, वो तो होते रहेगा.
अगर इस बार लो आया, especially with the attention span going away, it would be very tough for the new Gen Z crowd because उनके सामने स्लो डाउन उनको डाइजेस्ट ही नहीं होगा.
पता नहीं, like I think they are like far smarter and stuff than
they are. I mean,
they also have far more risk appetite. They are far smarter, faster decisions and things like that. So
it's like every generation thinks the next generation is not as good as their generation or generation before them. But I think every generation proves to the other generation that we are better than you.
That's there. I mean, see, our parents used to say, ये अगला generation कुछ नहीं करने वाला है. तो we outperformed, we did better. The next generation is already proving it better. But what I am trying to tell you is, हमारे ज़माने में ना हम फाइल डाउनलोड करने के लिए भी आराम से वो म्यूज़िक सुनते थे. डायलअप वाले में आराम से फाइल डाउनलोड होती थी, या वी यूज्ड टू गो टू सिफी पैक्स एंड इंटरनेट एक्सेस, एंड वी हैड ए लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस. द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन डजंट हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ पेशेंस. लाइक एक 30 सेकेंड का वीडियो देखने के लिए उनके पास टाइम नहीं है. Flip. And let's say there is kind of recession in the market, slow down, and they are expecting lakhs of sales every month, and suddenly they see that there's no sales. How would they follow up, that would be a big challenge. Like, it's not the pandemic. This digital pandemic would be a...
I think the silver lining I would see is sometimes the best innovations are by the laziest of people. They'll figure out ये इतना क्यों करना है मुझे, let me find a simpler way.
True, हो सकता है. But चलिए आदित्य, it was fun talking to you.
Likewise.
मजा आ गया.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me over, both of you.
It was a pleasure just chatting away.
And learning about what happened in the past and trying to figure out what would happen next, so that the Gen Z also is slightly prepared with our wisdom if we end up finding something from all these discussions. कहीं ना कुछ आइडिया निकल के आ जाएगा.
Hopefully.
अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट पसंद आया है तो लाइक करना ना भूलें और टफ स्टोरी को यूट्यूब और सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर फटाफट से फॉलो और सब्सक्राइब भी कर दीजिए. ऐसी इंटरेस्टिंग और इंस्पायरिंग कंटेंट के लिए मिलते हैं हम आपसे हमारे अगले एपिसोड में. तब तक के लिए गुड बाय.